My name is Micaela Divine J. Dicena, and my topic is all about socio-economic aspect of modern biotechnology. In this article, I discuss the economic problem and NEPAD agenda's role of Africa, which is related to socio-economic aspect of modern biotechnology. When we say socioeconomics, it is also known as social economics in the social science that studies how economic activity affect and is shaped by social processes, while biotechnology is a technology that involves the use of living organisms. It is mainly used in agriculture. Living organisms are used to make useful chemicals and products or to perform an industrial task. The Economic Problem and NEPAD Agenda's Role in Africa by Jacques Diop 2008. He stated that the challenge of the millennium is to provide solutions for a growing population, including attaining food security and food safety, managing climate change and the limited fossil fuel resources while combating disease, poverty, and inequity. The nature of the challenge is not only to increase global future production, but also increase it where it is mostly needed by those who need it most, with a special focus on smallholder farmers, women, and rural households, and their access to land, water, and high-quality seeds and other modern inputs. This resonates particularly with Africa, a continent recognized for its high agricultural potential, yet low productivity characterized by low product diversity and the existence of biotic and abiotic stresses. As a consequence, Africa is a net importer of food. The three basic economics problems to resolve for any system are what to produce, how to produce it, and who gets what it's produced. Concerning how to produce to meet societal needs, modern biotechnology has been identified as a tool for agricultural productivity and food security in meeting the global needs for food, feed, fiber, and fuel. Proponents argue that biotechnology could be used to address challenges that have been difficult to resolve using conventional approaches. The new Partnership for Africa's Development, or NEPAD, among other objectives, seeks to eradicate poverty, place African countries on a path of sustainable growth and development, and halt the marginalizations of Africa in the globalization process and enhance its full and beneficial integration into the global economy. A thriving African bioeconomy within the global marketplace is possible if premised on enabling biosafety laws and ability to make timely and appropriate regulatory decisions. Economics is one of the key drivers of change within a bioeconomy and plays a major role in assessing and improving a regulatory process. The overall impressions of the third person in this article, in terms of economic problem in Africa, a continent recognized for its high agricultural potential yet low productivity, characterized by low product diversity and the existence of biotic and abiotic stresses. As a consequence, Africa is a net importer of food, and the three basic economic problems to resolve for any system are what to produce, how to produce it, and who gets what is produced, and concerning how to produce to meet societal needs. The author stated that there is a solutions for a growing population, including attaining food security and food safety, managing climate change and limited fossil fuel resources, while combating disease, poverty, and inequity. In order to address the worldwide needs for food, feed, fiber, and fuel, modern biotechnology has been highlighted as tools for agricultural productivity and food security. The main point of this article is to discuss Africa's economic problem and NEPAD role, which is recognized as having high agricultural potential but low productivity, as well as low product diversity and the presence of biotic and abiotic stresses. However, the basic economic problems to solve for any system are what to produce, how to produce it, and who gets what it produces. In regards to how to create in order to suit societal wants, It has been highlighted as tools for agricultural productivity and food security in fulfilling the worldwide needs for food, feed, fiber, and fuel with current biotechnology. But proponents argue that biotechnology but proponents argue that biotechnology could be used to address challenges that have been difficult to resolve using conventional approaches. With the new Partnership for Africa's Development or NEPAD, among other objectives seeks to eradicate poverty, raise African countries on a path of sustainable growth and development, and halt the marginalizations of Africa in the globalization process and enhance its full and beneficial integration into the global economy. My opinion to this article, I agree to the author because he addressed this topic because he knows that Africa's economic has a big agricultural potential, either it yet low productivity characterized by low product diversity. It is not a barrier to Africa as an importer of food. Due to the help of modern biotechnology, it will be the one of the instruments to solve the economic problem of Africa by using a combination of agricultural, environmental, and industrial biotechnology may enable countries in Eastern Africa to develop sustainable and productive crop, livestock, forestry sector, and allowing the countries from the benefits from the natural resources. These articles are focused to the need it most with special focus on smallholder farmers, women, and rural households and their access to land, water, and the high-quality seeds and other modern inputs. The purpose of this article was to learn about Africa's economic problems and the role of new partnerships for Africa's development or NEPAD. It concludes that the new Millennium Challenge is to provide answers for a growing population, including food security and food safety, climate change management, and limited fossil fuel supplies, while still addressing disease, poverty, and unfairness. The nature of the problem is to increase global future productions where it most needed by people who need it most, with a particular focus on smallholder farmers, women, and rural households and their access to land, water, high-quality seeds, and other modern inputs.
Good morning everyone, I'm Adrian Laririt Nambio from BS Lit 2C. Our topic was all about socio-economic aspect of modern biotechnology. Let's proceed to overall impression about the topic. My overall impression about the article was very helpful to all aspirants because it provides general information about the relationship of socio-economic in the modern biotechnology. There's a lot of categories in the article that contains advantages and limitations focusing to the socio-economic aspect of modern biotechnology. It gives also the possible consequences when they abuse the usage of biodiversity in human being. So, they could learn about biotechnology has different function when it comes on economic and agricultural aspect, but we have to protect it for the better future. It was very interesting to learn about this kind of topic because we visualized and imagined how the world began without biotechnology. There was a lot of imaginative impression that flashed in our mind. Biotechnology defines how people or other living things survive in the world and how they occur. Next is the conclusion. The author generalized discussed the possible topic to the article, which is the socio-economic aspects of modern biotechnology. He defined first meaning of biotechnology in different situations based on a particular field. The topic provides a very unusual study to conduct a research, and during the process, the author lists some important information such as the main topic, categories of study based on a different field, limitation, and advantages. The author realized that those topics was very interesting to conduct a research nowadays because there was a particular issue like in the field of agriculture that really affects the production and advancement of economy. It really helps how people makes a possible thing not in terms in getting exposed in some conflict or issue, but it makes it possible by educating oneself. And that's all. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Brian Ermel El Mendoza, and our group choose socio-economic aspects of modern biotechnology. And this is my AVP presentation, and this is related to the topic. Working paper number 36, Safety and Socio-Economic Issues Raised by Modern Biotechnology by the Yuan Xue and Clem Tisdel. Biotechnology is a modern advanced technology-based scientific field such as molecular biology, biochemistry, cell biology. It adopts many new techniques such as cells and tissue cultivation, cell fusion, gene recombination, microbial fermentation, so as to duplicate and recombine the organism at the level of cell, chromosomes, and gene, and create the best state of organism according to human desire, and to produce new products and breed new fine varieties with novel traits of high productivity and stress resistance. Modern biotechnology can not only produce great social and economic benefits, but can also do harm to human health, environment, and result in any socio-economic problems, such as varieties injuring countries or a community socio-economic welfare, violating traditional ethical, moral, and religious value. Economics, Ecology, and the Environment, August 1999. The main points of the article is to know the impacts of modern biotechnology in our society and what is contribution in our country. There are lots of evidence that can prove that it affects our life. Like for example, in our culture and traditions, people say that modern genetic technology changed them, especially when it comes to curing a sick person. With the help of our modern technology, there are lots of medicine that invented by the expert that helps a lot of disease to cure. Modern technology has gradually demonstrated its huge potential contribution to productivity. It became powerful means to reduce the world's constraints in the fields of food, health, energy, resources, and environment. Well, actually, when I was reading the article, there are lots of things and informations that I saw in the article. And it helps me to gather more informations that I can use in my activity. I agree in the writer's idea, and I will say that his work has a big impact and contribution in the society because he put every details that can prove that modern biotechnology helps the people when it comes to productivity. Also, when it comes to audience, I think the best audience that is applicable is the teenagers because they can relate and also for them to learn more about it. Also, if they read, they will be aware in the society and they will realize the importance of it in our society that we live in. Modern new biotechnology has a potential to provide major economic and other benefits, but at the same time, it possesses potential hazard for human health, the environment, the natural biological order, and can have adverse socio-economic consequences. The application of such technology frequently violates traditional, ethical, moral, and religious values. It is a modern advanced technology-based scientific field such as on molecular biology, biochemistry, cell biology. Modern biotechnology is composed of four technological systems. They are genetic engineering, enzyme engineering, and fermentation engineering, of which genetics engineering and cell engineering are the most recent advanced biotechnologies. There are different techniques and ways on how technology will work and function in our society. Technology helps us the way we live and the way we communicate to others. Also, it helps us by doing work easier. Also, because of technology, nowadays we can maintain and we can upgrade our materials by inventing and learning more ideas, especially to other people who connects with us. Thank you.
Socioeconomic aspects of modern biotechnology. The development and regulation of biotechnology has triggered many discussions from different academic fields, such as economics, law, politics, and even history. Mediatic announcements such as the creation of genetically engineered tomatoes or soya, the cloning of the sheep Dolly, the disappearing of the human genome, or research on cloning human embryos have been followed by many reactions in the name of ethics. Diverging views have been expressed as representation of natural world were being challenged. This profound some fundamental questions about aim of biotechnology. Are the some basic social and ethical questions? Those will strike to the reader's strange. The answer is obvious: to feed the hunger, to cure the sick, to relieve suffering in the world, to improve the lot of humankind, or in the memorable word of Francis Bacon, to relieve man's state. According to Birendra Sai, prediction of how any new emerging engineering technology will go to affect society is very difficult to foresee. In last 2-3 decades, humanity has been experienced several complex technology across the globe. Those revolutions in the social structure and established perception of society about science and a social driver. Biotechnology is one of them technologies because biotechnology has direct application in different fields of social importance like agriculture, health and medicine, environment, industrial manufacturing, and process. The, the maturation and broad application of biotechnology brings not only new, new economic prospect but also new risk. Cloning, genetic therapy, embryonic system, cell therapy, or transplantogenic modified organism are the some issues of debate. Those have strong social aspects. Humanity must have to respond to minimize possible risk and hazard relate with these issues that will lead path of biotechnology for betterment of humanity. In his article, Socio-economic aspect of modern biotechnology, Brenda Sai presents different kinds of issues. I like that the issue was separate and detailed. There was no publication date. Biotechnology and cultural and regional issues. Cultural and regional models condemn some technical opinion as inhuman or environmental destructive and instead focus on the most appropriate answer. The human urge to choose the sex of one offspring, usually a son rather than a girl, but occasionally a daughter rather than a son, is hardly new. The importance of baby sex to all of us is revealed in the first question we must always ask when we receive news of a birth. Economic and market issues. Technological innovation is a significant driver of economic transformation, and socioeconomic concerns are a key determinant of any technology trajectory. Biotechnology and job creation. Biotechnology is frequently viewed as crucial technology having significant social, environmental, and economic implications. pharmaceuticals, healthcare, diagnostics, chemicals, agriculture, food, materials, technology, energy, environmental monitoring, and other industries all have applications. The literature sketch out the contours of future society in which biotechnologies impact the design of technological system and the formation of social relationship. Not only will biological technology help society, but biological metaphors will increasingly be used in the creation of new technologies and the structuring of social institutions. In the current context, socially, biotechnology delivery to society can be separated into three parts. First, delivery for commercial interest in biotechnology and its applications. Second, biotechnology is important for political and social reasons. And third, the general public benefits from the biotech goods and services. The complicated interplay between these three factors contributes to biotech's complexity.
Modern new biotechnology has the potential to provide major economic and other benefits, but at the same time, it poses potential hazards for human health, the environment, the natural biological order, and can have adverse socioeconomic consequences. The application of such technology frequently violates traditional, ethical, moral, and religious values. This paper, after outlining possible benefits of modern new biotechnologies, discusses the type of biodiversity and agriculture and their potential impacts on socioeconomic welfare and traditional cultures. B. Source and year of publication. August 1999, International Journal of Social Economics. Brief discussion of the article. According to Clement Alan Tesdell, the modern new biotechnology will greatly help to provide great economic and other benefits to our people because we will be more developed or more active in the things that help us on a daily basis lifestyle. Just like when going to work, we need transportation to get there early or early to get to school or even to work, but despite this, there are also bad consequences if they are used incorrectly. For example, transportation. Many of our livelihood is the landing of a jeepney or tricycle, but it is inevitable that it will pose a potential danger to human health and the environment. Because the smoke emitted by this transportation can affect the people living on the face of the earth. For me, this system of living should be fixed so that we can better avoid bad consequences for future generations to come.
Socioeconomic aspects of biotech. What are the socioeconomic issues related to GM crops? Area under GM crops, the number of countries, farmers planting GM crops globally and feeding monitoring disease, commercialization, and 96. According to James Bennett in his annual report on global status of commercialized GM crops observes an annual growth rate of 6% for the 17-year period of commercial cultivation, and that there was an unprecedented 100-fold increase in biotech crop from 1.7 million hectares in 1986 to 170.3 million hectares in 2020. The report estimated that the global value of the biotech crop market in 2012 was $14.84 billion US, and this represented 23% of the $64.62 billion US global crop protection market. In 28 countries that commercially cultivated GE crops, 20 were from the developing countries, while 8 of them were industrial countries. the cumulative economic benefits from 1996 to 2011 for developing countries was 49.6 billion US dollar compared to 48.6 billion US dollar, 46.5% for industrial countries.
Opo tayo.
One of the millennium's problems is to
record lang po
provide
ako.
solutions for an ever-increasing population, including food safety and security. We must work for find
record lang po.
solutions to the challenges we may encounter in our daily lives because we must solve problems. Biotechnology, according to proponents, might be utilized to solve problems that had been impossible to solve using traditional methods. The industry have been plagued by a wide-ranging and often emotionally charged discussion about environmental, human health, economics, ethics, and political issues. Farmers' reliance on large corporations for seeds and for affordable planting materials, possible unsuitability of GM crops for small-scale farm operation and resource poor. Interestingly, 90% of GM crops farmers in developing countries are small-scale and resource poor. Unethical, possible limited access and increased price of seeds due to technology fees and lack of food distribution infrastructures are among the socio-economic concerns. And it should be highlighted, however, that these concerns are not exclusive to GM crops, but rather than the challenges that face agriculture industry as a whole. Benefits are discussed and analyzed in depth, and perceived dangers associated with GM crops unnecessarily, but they have been hampered by a lack of knowledge, access to impact assessment evaluations, and in some circumstances. The purpose of the public policy is to maximize the welfare of all citizens and biosafety. Regulation can aid in his goal by providing the social framework essential for risk assessment, management, and communication with certainly stability, disciplinary rigor.